Hi, this is Heinz Araque and this is my CSS styling project. So to begin with, sadly I haven't been able to finish the main page. However, I managed to finish, in my opinion, the first two sections, which are like the header where the nav is and the band news. I have a lot of issues dealing with the band news, um, but finally I think that I managed to do it right. So my process of thought is, um, first of all, in the main, I use the header, the tag header here, as and then I use it to make it a background image with no repeat and cover. I set it the header with a max width of 120 and a margin of 0, so everything is going to be aligned to the right, and then move it to the right to whatever I want to whatever I want to center it. For the grunge, I use the header and also I use an after. So I use an after and then I call the grunge from my folder, my image folders, and I put it right here, and I located it right here. For the nav, well, it was just an order list. I styled it so it didn't have the points right next to it, and the same. Obviously, I set the header with a position relative, so everything that is inside the header is a position absolute. So it's gonna be the position is gonna be according to the parent, which is this whole image. So everything is gonna, if I put position absolute, everything is gonna start from this corner, and then it's gonna I'm gonna move it around this image, this big image. For the latest single square, I just um, I use a header, and in the article, which is where my latest single is, I use the article to create the square where everything is gonna be at, and then I use an after to create this other triangle, which is the shape that you can see here in the example. This shape. After that, well, I created buttons and I organized everything inside. This was everything was set up to be located inside that square. And then I created an after. I created the button and then the before for this shape right here, this triangle finish, and then I created an after to create this other triangle that is going to be right here. Now moving to the band news. In the band news, I basically, well, first of all, I had my title here, my latest band news. I had to have it outside the section news because when I use the content JS, the JavaScript, for some reason the bad news got replaced, like it disappeared. So what I did is I just put it outside a section and I give it a section of latest bad news. After that, I just grab each of the articles and I apply a float to the left. But then I grab the first of type, which is it grabs the first type of article inside the section with I need news. So it's basically gonna grab this one, and then that one I made it bigger, and I stylize it to make it look like this. I have a lot of issues dealing with this letters with John's back, and as you can see, like for some reason the John's back is over the 2006 and 10, and I couldn't manage. I don't know why. Every time I create like that is for, I create I move it to display block. The block is gonna be that size. I have I don't know why is that happening, and it doesn't matter if I change the height or I do something else. It's just gonna create like that extra padding. It's like it's not gonna wrap around the letters, which was kind of frustrating, and it was very hard to position the date on top of the heading. For this, I did the same. I use a float left. I use the float left, and then I use the end of end of type 3n. So every time it went 1, 2, 3, this one won't have a margin. Sorry, yeah, this one won't have a margin, and that way, um, everything was nice and clean. Um, then, well, I stylized it too, and I used percentages, so everything, it doesn't matter what image you put, or like the size of the screen is always gonna move in percentages based on the size of this image. So this black square, which is, I made it in after the article, I think. Yes, here it is. So yeah, I made well, if you go here, you can see first of type, and then I have first of type after, which is this black square right here, and then inside of that square I put the H2, and then it's in the H2 strong, and then I create a H2 strong after to create this gray border right here. And I did the same with these three. Well, this is what I've done so far. Thank you very much.